the Attorney General did a grave disservice to the country by misrepresenting significant parts of the Mueller report, by attempting to put a positive spin for the President on the special counsel's findings. The Attorney General is not the President's personal lawyer, although he may feel he is. He is supposed to be the highest law enforcement officer in the land, and he is supposed to represent the interests of the American people. But when the Attorney General gives the perception that the President fully cooperated in the investigation when he didn't, that they provided all the information materials when they didn't, when the President in fact deprived the special counsel of perhaps the single most important piece of evidence, that is his own verbal testimony, that misleads the American people. She is continuing to point to her alternate facts.
Has Robert Mueller...
On the issue of obstruction of justice, the report outlines multiple attempts by the President to mislead the country, to interfere with the investigation, to make false statements to the American people, and to urge others to lie to the American people, to urge those of his staff to take actions to further obstruct the investigation, which may have been refused, but they were not refused owing to any goodwill or good motive on the President's part, far to the contrary. That these actions had a material impact on the investigation, that in fact the special counsel was deprived of information, or at least the timely access to that information as a result of things that the President did and said. You get Rudy Giuliani's answers or Jay Sekulo's answers, you don't get the President's answers. If the special counsel, as he made clear, had found evidence exonerating the President, he would have said so. He did not. He left that issue to the Congress of the United States, and we will need to consider it. Additional contacts and acts are also itemized. It gives us the facts that are now established by this report are damning. Whether they could or should have resulted in the indictment of the President or people around him, they are damning. And we should call for better from our elected officials. The standard cannot simply be that you can do anything you like as long as you can declare at the end of the day, I am not a crook. That is not the ethical standard the American people expect in their President.
I'll give you...
We need to look at the full report. Certainly what Bob Mueller has revealed on the obstruction of justice issue is the most concerning, because that of course involves the President's own conduct, his own falsehoods to the American people, his efforts to get other people to tell lies, his effort to deter people from cooperating with the investigation, his effort to reward those who stuck to the party line, all of which of course Bill Barr conveniently ignored in his press conference today. All of that is damning conduct by the President of the United States. And I think we need some time to let this sink in and understand the full repercussions for the country of having a President who lies to the country, who misleads the country, who urges others to do so, and frequently on a daily basis, but most significantly when it concerns an investigation into Russian interference in our election.
Questions regarding conspiracy or collusion, or do you have additional